Kellie Johnson, KellieJohnson.
And what is your affiliation with Morgan? What are you majoring in and what year are you?
I am a senior majoring in strategic communication, and I'll be done this December.
Okay. Same top question for people who don't know about NABJ or who are not here. Tell us a little bit about NABJ, the convention, and what your role is here.
Okay, NABJ is the National Association of Black Journalists. So it's like a huge gathering of minority and African American journalists, media professionals, executives, and it's just a opportunity for everyone to come together, to collaborate, to share and merge their ideas, to network, and it's just a great platform for us. So my role has been to be a part of the social media team and to also report back home to WEAA 88.9 and to just inform them about the daily events and to let them know what's going on with the SGJC team. And so we've sort of been like the spokespeople, the team, to represent SGJC and Morgan as a whole.
How's the week been for you?
I think it's been a great week. It's been very productive. It's been good to be able to see how we have to really learn to manage our time when it comes to being on a business trip, not only taking time to network, but to also do the work and commit to your deadlines that you're given while still on a business trip.
Are you glad you came? Tell me why.
Yes, I'm very glad that I came because it just has allowed me to meet so many people. It's allowed me to think about the path I want to take and to be much more serious about that. So it's just good to be around these great minds, these intelligent professionals within the Black community, within the culture. It just makes me want to take it up even more a notch.
Part of what the convention is addressing is diversity in the media. Does it surprise you, or what's the extent to which it does surprise you that in 2018 we're still talking about getting minority journalists into newsrooms, on radio, TV, on podcasts? What do you make of that?
That is the most surprising part, that it is 2018 and we still have to worry about how diverse this newsroom is, or worry about how diverse this corporation is, or just the whole idea of the fact that we still have to fight as hard or even harder, and it's 2018. So I would expect that we would be further along, but just to have this gathering, it just allows us to merge those, like I said, merge those ideas and just come up with the best plan for us to elevate that much higher and to really get better at diversifying the field.
What's your dream job, and how do you think this week's experience is putting you just a little tiny bit closer to that dream job?
My dream job would be to be like a brand consultant for a corporation or even an individual client or as a whole. So I think initially I would like to represent a company, and then in the long run have my own image, like brand management company.
So there were a lot of young people here, and while I heard the phrase family, at the end of the day, this is your competition.
Yes.
How was that like to see very many talented young African American and minority professionals here? Are you feeling confident? Are you feeling nervous? How are you feeling?
It was just encouraging. It was very encouraging to see, and just to see even the pep in their step when they're going to the next session, when they're in the career fair. It's just so great to see the drive and the ambition, and it was very encouraging for me. And it also, the only downside is that I did not bring business cards. I only brought resumes. So I know now that you have to, even if you think it's too much to be prepared in this way, just do more than they expect. Go above and beyond. So that was the encouraging part when I saw my colleagues giving out business cards, and I'm like, I don't have business cards. So some people, their only request was just that you give them your business card, and I wasn't able to do that. So I will definitely keep that in mind.
Connections between your classes at Morgan and your experience here, are you seeing connections in terms of what you've learned in the classroom here, or differences, or?
The connections are definitely that we were warned by some of our professors that we would have sleepless nights and that it's just you're constantly on the go. So like I said, even though this is a business trip, it also takes work that you have to do to tie it all together. So it's not just as like for your own enjoyment. You have to still put in that work and just keep it going.
So you served along with another colleague as the voice of SGJC back at home to Morgan and its global audience on the web. What was that experience like?
Well, that was really great for me because that was my first time ever on radio, my first time ever being affiliated with radio. So it was nice to hear my name. It was nice to sort of seem like the reporter live from Detroit reporting into my hometown. So that was a really great experience.
What did you learn about that yourself during that experience? What is the takeaway from that experience from WEAA?
I learned about being prepared for the questions and knowing, being able to answer them in a timely manner, and just being quick. So it's just, I'm learning a little bit about everything that it will take to be the very best I can be in this industry. So I've taken away a lot from each little thing that we've been assigned to all week.
Make a case for your colleagues about why they should be in Miami this time next year to have this experience.
Well, I've never been to Miami, but I've heard nothing but great things about Miami, so I know that we would all have a great time going to, I guess they call it the party city, I don't know, but it's great that we are able to gather in a different city each year. So I definitely encourage all of my colleagues to come out, whether you're a student or you be a graduate, just to make that effort to come, whether you have to pay out of pocket or whatever it takes. I think you should definitely be there.